James Drew here. You probably knew that. We need to consider there were giants afoot here in America. We need to consider that our country was erased like a hard drive and reformatted with a new operating system called the crown. We need to consider that that crown is simply one piece of a much larger spider that's been around for thousands of years. We need to consider that the reason why we have amnesia is because they erased our history. I want to talk about the history of America. And I don't want to do it in a live stream where I'm hanging out in my den. I want to tell the story in a movie. I want the experience to seed a fixture for amnesia. I want it to be something that helps us remember what really happened. America was a land of giants. There are mounds, burial mounds all over the place. And the history of those bones has been forgotten for a reason. Not only that, but a queen spider secreted orphans that hatched their eggs that were sent over here through migration programs and solicited to war. And the Revolutionary War wasn't a war against the crown. It was a war against Gaia, a war against Quetzalcoatl, the living soil of America. That's what the film Man from Katoa does. It tells the real story of America. Fade in, exterior shot, drone footage along the coast, pure raw land, virgin land, dawn, crashing waves on the shore, on-screen text. Columbus didn't discover America. He erased it. The year is 1140 AD. The Man from Katoa is going to tell what actually happened in America. It's going to show that a religion was installed, a religion called freedom, and apostles were installed into our minds like archetypes so that we believe that what we have here is the pinnacle of sovereignty. I want to tell the story of the forgotten land and the Man from Katoa. Katoa is a region here around my area where I live, but it's the real name of the soil underneath the concrete. All of us can find that name again. We can remember our land like an ancestor. This film is going to awaken that connection. It's going to retap that root from everyone who watches it so that they understand that man is the living soil. I need your help doing this. I don't have all the resources to do this myself. This has to be a collective project. It's what makes it so beautiful. We've started a tribe. We're working on this. You can find us on Patreon. There's 78 of us so far. Some of us don't want to use Patreon. That's cool. We've got a GoFundMe campaign. I'm asking for your prana. And right now, initially, we need some equipment. We need about $7,000 in equipment. I'm sorry to be asking for fiat cash right now. But if you're familiar with my work, you know that this past year I've released 3 books. I'm a hard worker. I've done really big art projects before. Yes, this is my first movie, but we've already got a team around us. What I don't have is a Hollywood corporation backing my idea. What I don't have is an executive producer like Harvey Weinstein who wants to piddle and have one of the actresses try on a tequila belt. All I have is me, a campfire, and 78 other people that are like, right on, man, let's do it. Right now, we're soliciting elders. We're soliciting people that aren't millionaires, but believe in what they're doing, believe in what we're doing, and understand how important it is to push sovereignty right now. This is a solution to DC. It's a solution because it's an alternative. It's a different place where all of us can pour our belief. The technology of prana can flow from where it used to, watching the political wrestling match, the pretend impeachments, watching us frame Saudi Arabia for 9/11. And instead, we can pour all that belief in prana back into the real story of America. I wouldn't be asking if it wasn't important, but if you can help, please help. Please help. If you knew me, you'd understand that for me to even ask this shows you how much I believe in it. This can be something amazing. To make this work financially, because we don't have billions of dollars yet, we're going to do it in two ways. We're going to film a documentary, and we're going to film the movie, Man from Katoa. I'm only going to show the screenplay to anyone that's inside the tribe, anyone that's a producer. You can become a producer in 2019 if you give before the end of the year by joining Patreon or by giving in GoFundMe. After that, we'll close the doors and we'll have our elders. We'll have our inner circle. And regardless of how much money comes in the future, the producers that gave now will always be at the council fire when we talk about this movie and when we decide what happens to it. To get us where we want, we're going to do two movies. One is a reenactment documentary. Some of you have already seen the film from Black Friday, The Powder Shoot. It's going to be us interviewing reenactors all through the South, everywhere we can travel, everywhere we have the ability and time to put into it. We want to go to these places and ask the reenactors the real history. These are people that understand that Italians were fighting on both sides of the Civil War. These are people that understand that the Huron and the French were really kind of blended in many ways. These are people that understand that half of the Seminole tribe was African American. People that had just rejected this Wetiko, this walking psychosis that had been installed like this new operating system on the land. As the documentary is being filmed all year, we'll be able to release these little mini vignettes about sovereignty. Be really powerful. It'll start to beat a drum to invite people to join us. One of the scenes in the movie takes place in modern times at a powwow. That's a real powwow. We're planning and throwing that powwow. It's where we're going to explain this unanimous government, a new way of doing things. It's going to be a big year. And if you can help, if this sounds like a good use of your time and prana, please do. I'm going to make it as fun as possible. It's going to be an art project, a big old art project with a lot of people. And love to have you on board. That's all I'll say for now. If you join Patreon, you'll be subscribed to kind of the back end stuff, the production meetings. We've already had a few production meetings where you can attend if you want, listen in. We definitely want input and suggestions. We have script readings. We talk about all kinds of things to make the movie better, planning the powwow, planning the events, all that stuff. Also planning campfires. There's a cool camera rig. There's so much to be involved in here. We have room for plenty in this tipi around this fire. So help us tell Man from Katoa, please. Help it where I can edit more than 7 minutes of video and add credits and do things to it because I have a computer that's fast enough. I'll keep writing. If not, I'm gonna keep trying this no matter what. But if anyone wants to throw some wood into this fire, you'll only hear me beating my drum that much louder. And the more I beat my drum, the more other people come. They want to play drums too, man. We got a good thing going here. So Yeah, if you can help out, it'd be great. That's all for now. Thanks for listening.